Greetings, um, good day, or good evening, or good night, or good morning, wherever the place you may find us when you're around the world. But am very excited because I have a guest, which I know you will find him fascinating, and we're going to find out about him and some of his successes and challenges. So, without further ado, help me welcome Josh Foster. How are you doing, Josh?
I'm doing great, Brent. I'm happy to be here and enthusiastic. I'll try and match your enthusiasm.
well, uh, uh,
Hard
um,
to do.
yeah, well, no, not hard to do. It's just sometimes I'm just giddy.
Brent's full of energy, and that's so infectious. So I'm sure your community loves to be here with you on a Thursday for the Stroke Folk Show.
Yes. So, can you tell us a little bit about your background, yourself, and what you're doing?
So professionally, I finished my undergraduate degree in kinesiology 15 years ago and started working in the personal training field and very quickly fell into a niche that I was not expecting, and that is training older adults, which, as a fresh out of college graduate, I would have never expected. I think most kinesiology students are focused on celebrities, athletes, Division One, professional, the creme de la creme. But the reality that I've found and that I'm so grateful is that older adults are a large generation, a large population, and unfortunately underserved, but very in need and very appreciative and very responsive and very committed and reliable. And it's been a pleasure to have fallen into this niche, so to speak. And I find it to be very, very rewarding, very meaningful work.
Wow, that's a wonderful. Uh, and Josh, um, um, I know that you're doing a lot of um, a lot with your clientele, but I
Mhm.
understand you're also helping other physical trainer that have a business, uh, helping them succeed when they serve their clientele.
Yeah, really what I'm focused on doing now is balancing existing clients who are the older adults, and that's the bread and butter of my business, but also trying to share this message so that other trainers don't have to spin and toil in the fitness industry without direction, continuing to target perhaps the wrong demographics when really there's this population that's so in need and so invaluable. So I've been trying to distill the essence of what I do, how I do it, and why, so that I can communicate that, share that here online in the virtual world, in the social media world, to hopefully start to shift the narrative around training and focus on the people that need it the most.
Excellent. And speaking from firsthand experience,
Hmm.
it's so true. And even if I wasn't, didn't have the side effects of the strokes,
Hmm.
um, I would still reach out to physical or personal trainers to get the expertise and help because way back when, about approximately 4 years after I had the strokes, um,
Hmm.
I segued and I knew that I needed somebody to help me. So I
Hmm.
turned to a physical or personal trainer and was with him probably 10 years. And
Oh, it's beautiful.
yeah, the only reason I shifted was I broke my leg, and
Mm.
that was a whole bunch different that I had to deal with. So, but I just want to say to my audience to, to listen because it is true. Uh, the baby boomers are a large chunk of the population, and
Hmm.
we are um, really underserved. And and I know there will be a need for people like Josh that helps us and other physical trainers that need to um, wake up, so to speak, that the reality is here and we need help.
Yeah, well said. Absolutely well said.
So, Josh, what are the challenges? The biggest challenge have you found that you have to deal with over the last years or 2 years?
So I would say that the challenge has become recently a juggling act, a balancing act. That realistically, my priority still is to give to the clients that I already have, that I like to train in home so that I can have a more meaningful personal relationship with, personal professional training relationship with, while also trying to manage kind of a flurry of referrals. Because when you work with older adults or you work within this community, I find that um, they want me to work with their friend, or they want me to work with somebody else in their church or their synagogue, or in the mosque, or somebody else within their family. It's a very tight insular community, and referrals just kind of keep pouring in. And unfortunately, because I don't have a network of trainers, which I would love to be a part of, I have to say no so that I can make sure that I prioritize the existing clients, and balance that with the efforts that I'm making now to build out a megaphone online to share with as many other trainers as possible to, hey, come on, let's let's be a part of this. Let's shift the perspective of personal training to prioritizing the older adults who need and are the most rewarding uh, training demographic that I've had the opportunity to work with.
Wow, and I need to focus or draw out. You've said rewarding several times, and
Hmm.
please, the audience, listen to what he's saying. We're as older uh, people, we're really good clients, and
You're the best
uh,
clients.
and we should know that we want to get a high quality personal trainer to work with us.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think you touched on it a minute ago when you said that you worked with a personal trainer for 10 years. I still have clients that I've started with from 15 years ago that continue to train with me to this day. And obviously the um, dynamic changes as one ages, but I find that it's not so different training somebody that's in their 70s or 80s or even 90 than it is training somebody that's 20 or 30. It's just a matter of scaling the intensity and
Mhm.
the exercise selection. But really, the point I'm trying to make is that I think you're making it also is that older adults, you guys are the best and you deserve the best trainers. And because you're the best clients and because you're rewarding, you give. I find that older adults give as much as they receive. For
Mhm.
every bit of effort I give, it's returned tenfold.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Then, Josh, what are the, I'm sure you have many you can share with us, but what are the, one of the successes that you've noticed over the past year or so?
So this one might sound a little morose, but when I have the opportunity to train with a client up until the very end of their life, I find that to be a huge honor, and I treat that with such respect. I'm actually getting emotional right now because I've had a few clients pass away the past few years, and it's really sad to see them go. But it fills me with a lot of tremendous privilege and responsibility to
Mm.
have worked with a client through to the very end, through that last phase of their life, which can be very scary and can be also very, um, compromised. To
Mhm.
some degree, each of us is going to experience handicap of one sort or another as a function of aging. It's inevitable. We don't know what variety it's going to come in, but to some degree, and to be there and give support, unwavering support, it's uh, it's very meaningful. I consider that to be a huge success to travel with somebody on the road through their last phase of life.
Oh, wow, that's um, touching, the story, because I imagined, like you mentioned, it can be hard, but um, the important thing, you didn't let them go. It
Mhm.
was just their time to let you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. Um, well, I what I have done uh, in my journey to produce this podcast was give the people at least a little bit of the flavor of what you do, and then they can, if they want to learn more, they can reach out with you. And I will edit a version of the recording of the show. If you want to find out more, you can either click on, if you're on Be Connected, or being on the hearing on the replay, you can click on get his toolkit, or
Mhm.
the one I did redundantly was his toolkit. Um,
Mhm.
you can click on either one of them, and it will take you to his website, and you can find out more. So, Josh, it was wonderful that you could take some time and come on the show and tell us about your um, journey, and your rewarding um, clients that have been for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Brent, it's a pleasure as always to spend time with you. I really appreciate the opportunity. This is amazing service that you give to me and all your other guests to broadcast and try and share our messages with those that are in need of whatever service we're offering. That's what all this is about, right? Connecting.
Yes, it's about connecting. All right. Just remember, everyone in the audience, to your success.